Hello, hello, and welcome here to another podcast of Everyday Rants. I'm Dave, and I am here today with a special guest. And the guest here today is my lovely daughter, Lauren.
Hi.
You excited?
Yes.
I know you like listening to these so far,
Yeah.
and now you're on one.
I listened to the one, and I did not. Did I listen to the two?
The second one?
Yeah.
I think you listened to some of it.
Yeah, and then I had to go to dance with Dash, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But all right, so let's get into this. This is our third podcast I'm doing, and I have a couple things I wanted to just vent and rant about with you guys. First off, I want to just go back, and this will probably be the last time. Maybe I don't want to promise that. This should be my last time that I rant about everything that's going on with the New York Giants and the firing of their coach, Tom Coughlin. I still think it's nonsense that he got fired, and he's the only one that got fired. He's the only one that went. Jerry Reese, the GM, who's horrible, still here. The rest of the coaching staff, McAdoo, Spagnuolo, they're still here. McAdoo is the favorite to take over. But it's funny because listening and doing more of looking into this stuff, what happened with the Giants and Tom Coughlin, one of the owners, I can't remember if it was Mara or Tish, said that was asked, did the players give up on Coughlin? And he said, at all the practices and before the games and everything, he said players still respected and played hard for Tom, but it was time to move on. What? So the players respected and still played hard for Tom Coughlin, but it was time to move on. I mean, listen to just the audacity of that statement. So your coach has the respect of all the players, and they play hard for him. They didn't give up. So you fire him. For such a classy organization as the New York Giants in football are, they're taking huge hits with the handling of Tom Coughlin and the coaching staff here. If they came out and fired Jerry Reese and then fired Tom Coughlin along with that, you'd understand. You go, okay, you don't agree with Tom getting fired, but the GM went. They're going to hire a new GM. They're going to bring in a new coach, yada, yada, yada. But the contradiction from the whole Giants organization with the handling of this situation is just mind-boggling. And I'm sad to say that I'm a Giants fan. I love the Giants, but it's a sad day to be a Giants fan and the way they've handled Tom Coughlin. But anyway, I want to move on with that. I want to move into, I want to talk some WWE. You ready, Lauren? You like the WWE, right?
Yes.
Yeah? Who's your favorite female wrestler? Nikki Bella?
Yes.
Why do you like Nikki Bella so much?
Because, she's one, she's bad.
So she's a heel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And two, I like her theme song.
You like her theme song? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
And three, she's a very good wrestler.
Okay. All right. Well, that's enough. And who's your favorite male wrestler?
Probably John Cena.
John Cena. Of course. I am not a John Cena fan.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
You told me you love John Cena.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Anyway, so I finally caught up on the WWE. They got the Royal Rumble coming up soon, which is one of my favorite pay-per-views. Even as a kid, it was one of my favorites. I love the whole Royal Rumble theme. I love how, it's 30 men come in. And I like how a lot of it's surprise, too. Like, you never know who's coming. I keep hoping for the day that I'm going to hear, CM Punk's music hit and CM Punk comes running back out. Don't think it's ever going to happen. But, hey, never knew Alberto Del Rio was going to be back.
You didn't know the guy that you might have liked was on when you stopped watching wrestling.
I did stop watching. Yes, I stopped watching wrestling in
though?
about... Why? Well, in 2003 or 2004, I moved out of my apartment and moved in with Mommy. And we moved in together, and we didn't have access to cable. It was only through our landlord's stuff, so we didn't have our own cable box. And I lost technology and cable TV, figured out how to get around this little illegal black box that I used to have.
So you didn't have that? You couldn't like get on?
No, we did not have a video. We did not have a cable box. No.
So that's why I thought you just like stopped watching.
I kind of got out of it. That's around the time when John Cena was coming up and Randy Orton and Dave Bautista, and it was around the time a little after the WCW
and CM Punk
invasion. Well, CM Punk was much later, and I wasn't involved with WWE when CM Punk came around, but I did go to their website a lot and just touch base. You know, I just look. I used to like to look, see what's going on with the wrestlers I used to like and who was the champs and stuff like that. But no, I unfortunately was not a fan when CM Punk was at his height. I got into it, I think we got into it maybe a few months after he left, which sucked. Because watching back on all the old stuff, I do like CM Punk. But anyway, so let's get into it. So what's going on in the WWE right now? They're getting ready for the Royal Rumble. And Vince McMahon just announced that the Royal Rumble is going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, and that's Vince McMahon actually wants Roman Reigns to lose the champion.
Yeah, well, what they're doing with Roman Reigns, now, to give you guys some backstory, I'm not a big Roman Reigns fan. I still am not a huge...
Spoiler?
Not a spoiler. Oh. I am not a huge Roman Reigns fan. He seems like a nice guy, but I don't like his wrestling skills. I feel like they're very limited. And I feel like last year with the Royal Rumble, they tried pushing him way too hard. The backlash was incredible. So they pulled back a lot on the Roman Reigns push. But then they started the slow push. I don't know, it was probably around late summer. And now he's the champ. And it's working. The crowd seems to be behind him. I'm not a fan, but I see what they're doing. Now they have him feuding with Triple H and Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon. And as we all know, especially if you're an Attitude Era fan, which I am, all you have to do is have someone feud with Vince McMahon, who is the perfect heel, because he makes you hate him, even though he's great. Just like it worked for Steve Austin in the late 90s. It's working for Roman Reigns right now. And, hey, you know, that's cool. Roman Reigns is the champ. He's a 2-time champion now.
Yeah.
Even though he only held the first one for 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
Why?
Remember? Sheamus cashed in the Money in the Bank. But anyway, so the Royal Rumble this year is going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. So Roman Reigns will have to, I guess, defeat 29 other men to keep his title. That should be interesting. Vince and Steph are still around. Vince is still kicking. And man, that guy, he special refed the other night on Raw. And for a dude in his age, he is in good shape.
He was actually wearing a tank top.
Tank top and muscles.
And you saw his muscles. Like, isn't he like 98 or something?
No.
How does he still have muscles?
No, he is not 98. He's probably in his late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, but how does he still have muscles?
Because he works out like crazy. He loves the gym. He works out like crazy, and it's evident. And man, he's just awesome. Vince McMahon is great.
I don't even have those muscles yet, and I'm younger.
You don't work out like Vince McMahon does.
Yes,
and you can't yet. You're too young. But anyway, so a few things I wanted to point out. Okay, so Monday night, Y2J, Chris Jericho returned. Mm-hmm. The New Day, when the New Day first came out, I did not like them. I thought they were boring. I was never a fan of Big E. Kofi Kingston I liked. Xavier Woods, I had no clue who he was when I got back into it because he wasn't even on WWE television yet. He was still in NXT. So the New Day now, though, they are awesome. I absolutely love the New Day. I think they are great. I think they're New Day rocks.
New Day sucks.
New Day rocks.
New Day
John Cena sucks.
John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, so I am a huge New Day fan. Do you like New Day, Lauren?
What? New Day? No.
You don't?
New Day sucks.
Stop it. All right.
They're
so,
what? The guy with the, I don't even know his name.
Xavier Woods?
No, the guy with the
big dude? Big E?
No.
Kofi.
I used to like Big E. Now I don't. He's just weird.
Yeah, you liked him when I didn't like him. I see a coincidence here. You like John Cena. I don't like John Cena. You liked Big E when I didn't like Big E. You don't like New Day. You like whoever I don't like.
But we both like Brock Lesnar.
Yes. Brock Lesnar's awesome. And I'm a Seth Rollins. Yeah, you hate Seth Rollins. I absolutely love Seth Rollins. That's too bad he got injured. But anyway, wait, let me get back to what I was saying. So the New Day out, they're cutting their promo like usual. They're great on the mic. And then all of a sudden, the Y2J countdown starts. Chris Jericho comes out. He goes back and forth with New Day. He announces he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. And wow, that was awesome. I love seeing Chris Jericho. I love seeing any of the old timers come back that still have it and still can do it. Because I think that's awesome. Being a big fan of pro sports, it's got to be tough for a lot of these athletes to hang them up and know when it's time to retire. That's why a lot of these guys hold on for so long until they're finally forced out of sports. And to see wrestlers who put their bodies on the line every night, every day, it's dangerous work, constant pain. I mean, the fact that they can still come out when they're older and come out and do this stuff, it's awesome. So, I'm super excited to see Chris Jericho back. Big Show was on Monday Night Raw. He got attacked by the Wyatt family. And I want to talk about Big Show first, and then we'll bring it back to the Wyatt family.
No.
Why is the Big Show still wrestling?
No, it wasn't Big Show.
It was Big Show.
No, it wasn't. It was Feed Me More.
It was Big Show and Ryback. They came out. They beat the crap out of Ryback, who he sucks anyway. And then they came in. All four of them attacked Big Show.
Oh, I was probably in the shower.
I don't know where you were, but yes. So they attacked Big Show. I just don't know why Big Show is still on television. Why he's still wrestling. He should retire at this point.
I know.
What?
They want people to like him. He wants people to like him, and he also wants to get more money.
He probably does want to get more money. That is probably accurate. But anyway, so one thing I want to say about the Wyatts, I don't understand what happened to the Bray Wyatt push. This guy, Bray Wyatt, is young, talented. He looks awesome in the role that he's got as Bray Wyatt, the leader of the Wyatt family. And he is probably one of the best guys on the mic they have right now, especially of the young talent. Other than, Seth Rollins is really good on the mic. Who else is really good on the mic?
John Cena.
Well, John Cena's not young anymore. He's old. He's getting up there. I'm talking about the young talent.
Nikki?
No. Nikki, I'm not talking about the Divas. The Divas don't count. Oh. So Bray Wyatt's probably one of the best, with Seth Rollins probably right behind him. Why? And Bray Wyatt has done a lot for the WWE, putting people over. He's been jobbing like crazy. Why isn't Bray Wyatt's push better? Why doesn't he have a championship? Why isn't he being pushed to the moon against Roman Reigns or against Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title? He's constantly stuck in these little feuds with people that no one cares about anymore. I don't know. I really want to know what they're doing with Bray Wyatt. And it brings me to somebody else that I think their push, I don't know what they did. I didn't agree with when they ended his undefeated streak, and that's Rusev.
Do you think they're going to fire Bray Wyatt? Is that why?
No, they're not going to fire anybody, but it seems like the writers are very lazy. What I've heard last is that they actually hire soap opera writers, which is ridiculous.
Writers? Wait, this is not all live? This is only writers doing it?
Yes.
What? Oh,
anyway.
They've been lying to me the whole time I watched.
So, what I want to say is Rusev. Now, if I was a writer, which I would love to be a writer for the WWE, and I think they should, not me, but I think fans, they should have fans come in and write for them and write some storylines and see if they find any diamonds in the rough. But, Rusev, I thought when they had John Cena beat him at WrestleMania, I thought he was done. And I'm right. Rusev is done. Rusev is just a jobber now. Rusev had so much heat going into that WrestleMania. Undefeated. He was the U.S. champion with the ravishing Russian Lana, who was the perfect eye candy for Rusev. Why didn't they continue the push? I would have, if I was writing the storyline for Rusev, I would have had Rusev go over big on John Cena at WrestleMania. He retains the U.S. title. He is even hated more than he was before that. And then I would have built him all over summer, the whole summer, after WrestleMania. I would have had him just beating everybody. Just this unstoppable heel with the U.S. title. Built him up. I would have had him go into maybe the Royal Rumble. Maybe they could have had all that other stuff going the way it's going with Roman Reigns. I would have had him go into maybe not the Royal Rumble. Maybe the pay-per-view before the Royal Rumble. What was that? TLC? Yeah, tables, ladders, and chairs. Okay, so what if they had tables, ladders, and chairs? Roman Reigns keeps the title. Let's say Sheamus never cashes in, right? Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns wins the title. He beats Who was it that he beat? Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
Right? He wins the title.
But I thought they were brothers.
Well, yeah, whatever. So let's say he beats Roman Reigns. That's all staying the same. That storyline has stayed the same. Roman Reigns wins the title. Wow. Everybody's like, oh my God. Some people love it. Some people hate it. You go into tables, ladders, and chairs. You have Rusev that Monday night, right after he wins the title, attacks him. The big heel. He's a monster heel. Everybody can't stand Rusev. They do not like Rusev. He's probably the most hated man in the WWE. He's got the U.S. title. Boom, he attacks Roman Reigns. That sets up the whole month of late November into December up to the pay-per-view, building up that feud. They're going to fight for the WWE title. Right? Wow. Rusev, the undefeated Rusev with the U.S. title versus Roman Reigns, and let's say it'll be title for title.
You're a good writer.
Right? Listen, I'm not even done yet. Then you have a great match, blah, blah, blah. Somehow, let's say he cheats or something, but oh my God, Rusev wins the WWE title. He beats Roman Reigns. Let's say he cheats somehow, Alana helps him. He wins the title. He is now the WWE champion, and he is the United States champion.
Wow.
If they want to get the U.S. title off him, they can do that. Take it off him, say he already won one title, he forfeits the other one. But he's got the WWE title, he doesn't care. So now that frees up the United States Championship. That can go to somebody else. Rusev is now your WWE champion going into the new year at the Royal Rumble. Now what I would do is you build him up even more. He goes to Royal Rumble, he defeats somebody else. Like maybe have him defeat John Cena again, or have him defeat someone big. So who's big? Dean Ambrose. Have him beat somebody that the fans love. No, not Big Show. Have him beat somebody that fans love for the main event in Royal Rumble. Boom. He's still got his title. He goes into the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in February. Beats another huge fan favorite. The heat is just growing. He's still undefeated. People hate him. He's the champion. No one seems to be able to stop him. Meanwhile, you have Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble again. Roman Reigns now is set to face Rusev at WrestleMania. Yes, Lauren?
Whatever happened to girls versus boys? Like, can a girl do that?
They did that years ago with China back in the 90s, but they don't really do that anymore because they're a public company now, and they've gone so soft. It's kind of sad, but...
And it's not really, like, protective if a boy wrestles.
Oh, China was she held her own with the guy wrestler. She was pretty damn impressive. But anyway, let me get back to my... Don't get me off. You're going to throw me off my topic. So, now you have Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble. Some people are excited, some people might not be, but they know that there's going to be a rematch now at WrestleMania. The undefeated Rusev is going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. You have such a build-up. Such a build-up. You just have them, have Rusev attacking them back and forth, back and forth. They get to WrestleMania, and there you go, main event. Rusev comes out with the title, with Lana, with the Russian flags, with the tanks, whatever he wants to come out with, getting booed like crazy. Roman Reigns comes out. Hard-fought battle. They fight. They're going back and forth. Blood, sweat, tears. You want to see everything in an all-out brawl. And at the end, Roman Reigns beats Rusev for the WWE title. Now, not only does that build up Rusev, so he's a super monster heel, even with that loss, he doesn't look as pathetic as he looks now. He loses the WWE title, fine, but he's had it for a couple months. He built up his name. And Roman Reigns would probably be the biggest face in the WWE because he defeated Rusev.
Wait, why do you want Roman Reigns?
No, what I'm saying, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to force him down our throats, and it worked to a point where people are loving it now because of who he's feuding with, Sheamus, Vince McMahon, stuff like that. But I think they could have played it perfectly and kept Rusev an integral part of the WWE storylines, and I think that once he lost to John Cena, and then he went on and jobbed a couple other times to people, he is now forgotten. They killed the aura that was Rusev. And I think they could have built it up to this WrestleMania coming up in March or April, whenever it is. Him versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns would have been the biggest face in the professional wrestling world if he was able to defeat Rusev for the first time, take his title back, blood, sweat, and tears match. I mean, blood everywhere. Maybe even make it an Iron Man match. No, I like the one pin. That would have been awesome. Knocks him out with like a spear. Not that stupid Superman punch. Like, hits him with a spear like Rusev's on the top rope, about to come off. Reigns pops up, spears him off the top rope, like as Rusev's coming down. Boom! Blood everywhere. I mean, they've had a battle for like a half hour. Gets the cover. 1, 2, 3. Holy crap! Rusev just lost. Roman Reigns is the new face. He could take over for John Cena now. I'm just saying.
Wait, but those are my two favorite people.
Yeah.
Why are you making them fight?
I'm not. But what I'm saying is that's how I would have written the Rusev storyline.
At least you didn't make Rusev win again.
So pay attention to that, WWE and Vince McMahon. That's how I would have written the Rusev storyline. And personally, to me, even though I'm the one that came up with the idea, but I do think, and they could have built it up anyway. He could have lost to anybody at WrestleMania, but I think if they built him up, he would have been unbelievable. The whole his heel and whoever he faced turn would have been fantastic. But that's not what they did. He's now a jobber backing up Sheamus and some stupid nation group with Sheamus and King Barrett, who you never see on TV with them. King Barrett's supposed to be in the foursome, and you never see King Barrett, who I love. You never see King Barrett. You always see Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, and Rusev.
Wait,
Poor Barrett.
But he has to come back because he has the King thing.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. King Barrett. You know, there's so many wrestlers. I don't understand what they're doing with. I mean, there's Barrett. There's Stardust. There's
the other kid that is like Stardust.
Goldust?
Yeah.
His brother? Yeah, Goldust hasn't been on TV for a while, but there's just so much to do. Even like
they got fired by Stephanie.
I don't know. Whatever. So that's what's going on in the WWE. That was my take on the Rusev thing. And what do you think? What did you think of that? Wouldn't you have hated Rusev if he just kept winning and beating everybody you liked? I
really hate your story. That's what I hated.
Because he was the champ. And because he kept winning, right?
Yes.
Exactly. That's what they wanted.
If you didn't see Roman Reigns win, you would probably make him win the title.
Yeah. Anyway. So that's just some stuff going on in the WWE. I wanted to briefly talk about. And a couple other things. So we did, Lauren and I did with Anthony a couple series. We did a Haunted Island series, just Anthony and I. If you go to our Everyday Geek YouTube channel, you'll see it on there. We have another show coming out that we did in the summer. Remember, Lauren? Attraction Island? Remember you and I did it with Anthony? Remember we went to go see a bunch of stuff? Different attractions on Long Island?
Thing?
The what? Yes, we went to a racetrack. Yep.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that? Did you have fun doing that stuff, filming that stuff?
Yeah, but I really, 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 really want to do Island Eats.
Island Eats? That's something I think you and I are going to do. We have another idea for a thing we're going to do called Island Eats, probably in the spring, summer. We'll bring it up to our YouTube channel. But yeah, so I wanted to just mention our shows that we have over on Everyday Geek. Go over, subscribe, check it out. Like I said, we have the new series, Attraction Island, coming soon. Should be sometime this month. And it was fun doing it. What we're trying to do is, I'm born and raised here on Long Island. So is Lauren. So is Anthony.
I'm not born and
so
raised.
Is my wife. And, what I really wanted to show with these shows that I came up with, along with Anthony, Haunted Island, Attraction Island, Island Eats, stuff like that, was I really wanted to show the other side of Long Island and New York. Because I think all over the world, or, especially, the country and the world and stuff, I think New York sometimes gets a bad rap, that we're all a-holes and nasty and rude and all that, and we're not. Yeah, there's some, but there's some everywhere. Most New Yorkers aren't that bad. Most Long Islanders, the other thing I feel like Long Island gets a bad rap is that, they say we're the richest area, one of the richest area in the country. Yeah, that's for a select few that live out on the East End, in the Hamptons, stuff like that. The regular modern person, like my wife and I, who work full-time jobs, we're middle class. That's what most of Long Island is. And we wanted to show all the different things that Long Island has to offer, attractions, haunted sites, just everything that people that don't live here wouldn't know about. And we're trying to highlight that and show everybody that there's more to Long Island, there's more to New York than what you see portrayed in movies and TV and news and stuff like that. So if you get a chance, go over, check that out. And then my last thing I wanted to say, as we sign out here for podcast number 3 on Everyday Rants, is I wanted to say rest in peace to Riley Martin. If some of you don't know that name, like I've mentioned, I am a huge Howard Stern fan. Howard Stern has a group of whack packers that he has that are just people, people that have issues or mental illness and stuff like that he had in a group, and people say he makes fun of them and stuff. He doesn't. He actually supports them a lot, and yeah, he does stuff to make them appear different and stuff like that. But they enjoy it. They get stuff out of it. But Riley Martin was a dude that came on the show in the mid '90s, claimed to have been taken by some alien life form and was on a ship and used to sell these symbols and stuff. But he was a regular. He even had a show on Sirius XM on Howard 101, where he did nightly shows. Like, I don't know if it was once a week or something like that. I never really listened to it, only when they played it on Stern Show. But he just recently passed away, and it's sad because it's another whackpacker gone. In the lifetime I've watched, I've listened. A lot of whackpackers have passed on. And Kenneth Keith. You had Hank the Angry Dwarf. Eric the Midget which was one of the worst. I loved Eric the Midget. And now we got Riley Martin. And I'm sure there's going to be more, unfortunately. But I just wanted to say, rest in peace, Riley Martin. I'm going to sign out. You want to say anything?
Sorry. Bye, and thank you for listening.
There you go.
To the
Everyday Rants.
Everyday Rants, the third one.
The third one. Yeah, guys. So, again, thanks for listening. And that's it. This is the end of Everyday Rants, podcast number 3. Adios, guys.
Goodbye.